Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Before we get to the report, if you like our style of video and analysis, feel free to show support for Football Game Plan by dropping by our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan and leaving a little something in the tip jar. Every little bit helps us as we continue to improve the quality of our videos and the coverage we enjoy bringing you guys each and every time we put out a project. Thank you again for your support.
Welcome to Football Game Plans Talking with TD. I'm your host, Teron Davenport.
Welcome to FootballGamePlan.com. I am Teron Davenport, and we are going to continue the Talking with TD series. Boston College safety, Justin Simmons. Justin, how's it going, man?
It's going really well. Thanks for having me.
No problem. I appreciate you coming on, and just, you're a prospect that I really liked watching throughout the season, and then catching you at Shrine Game and just seeing you progress all the way to the combine. It's been a nice run for you, seeing you go from under the radar to a guy that a lot of people are looking at. So just with that whole process, I mean, from Shrine Game to your workouts, getting ready for the combine, and then the combine, can you kind of take me through that whole thing, how it all evolved?
Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely was a process. I mean, you first after our season, had like a month to rest because we didn't have a bowl game appearance. So I had about a month to rest, let my body kind of heal up from the season, and then about a few weeks into January, you headed straight from where you were training at to the Shrine Game site, and so. That was pretty cool. So it was about like a month and a few weeks away from football, and you already missed it. So it was good to get back out there and compete a little bit, put your helmet and pads back on, and fly around, make plays on the field. So it was good. It was a great experience. But transitioning from that back to the combine was it was a big adjustment in and of itself, just because combine training is nowhere near the type of training that you would do for, football and football practices and things in that nature. So, and just an example would be like, if you're practicing in football and you get nicked up a little bit, you're expected to kind of like fight through the pain and show your mental and physical toughness. Whereas if you're doing combine training, if you get nicked up a little bit, you're told to proceed with caution, kind of like sit off to the side, make sure you're 100% because, it's just a huge testing day. It's more of like the, a lot of people say it's more like the track aspect of, to see how you move and see how you run. And so you want your body to be at 100%. So in that aspect, it's a little different. But the overall experience of it all was great.
Yeah, I always like how the combine, for me, it more or less gives me something, okay, I might see something in a guy, make me go back and watch film. I don't think it is something that you take and you make it the end-all, be-all for your judging a prospect. So that being said, the Notre Dame game, 2 interceptions, I think it was a forced fumble. Would you say that would probably be the game that everybody should go to look at for you in order to see what you bring to the table?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that was my best game during the year. The turnovers are there, the open field tackling is there. There's even, I know a lot of people question, my toughness, and there's plays on the goal line where I'm a safety in the box and go fit in my hole and stop the ball carrier at the point of attack. So I think that film has it all. And obviously, no one's game's perfect. There's still things on that tape that I recognize that I need to work on and improve at. But just going through all of my film and recalling all of last year's games, I think that one is hands down my best game.
Yeah, and then when you just look at just the versatility aspect, I mean, you're a guy, you have experience at corner and obviously a very good center fielder as a free safety. How do those two things intertwine, and what when you look at the game, how is it different from a safety viewpoint as opposed to a corner?
So those two intertwine a lot. There's probably a lot of corners, in this draft that think they can play safety, and a lot of safeties that think they can play corner, but never really were put in that position. I played both, and I probably have felt more comfortable at safety just because I played there more often, but corner came natural and came a little bit more natural towards the end of the season when I was getting more reps at it. So I know with work at with whatever position coach or whoever teaches me like more tendencies and things to follow, that wherever I'm placed, safety, corner, nickel, the high safety, the in the box safety, whatever it is, I feel like I'll excel at because I've already had experience in those positions. So they definitely intertwine really well. And it was great playing corner, to answer your second part of the question, because it helped me learn the defense more so than I already thought. So, as a safety, I already have to know where every, piece of the defense is at, so I can recognize where the weaknesses of the defense are, and so I can kind of shelter my game or my assignment according to where the weaknesses of the defense is at. So as a corner, that just helped me realize it even more. As a safety, I know where that safety should be. So I know where I can, push that receiver and keep my leverage and things in that nature. Whereas a safety, whereas before when I was playing safety, I knew the corner spot, but I was never placed in that position. So I just knew where they were supposed to be. And that was kind of the extent of it. Whereas now, I know the corner stop process. So it's a little bit more, of like a chess game, whereas before it was kind of almost guessing. Like, all right, I know he's supposed to be here, but I'm not too sure after that about where the receiver's going to be and things like that. But ever since playing corner, it was just pretty much process of elimination, which really helped me amp up my game.
And then on top of that, that will allow you as a safety. I mean, I'm going to assume that your NFL position would be safety. Is that what they're talking to you mostly about?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for the most part.
Right. So one of the things you have to do from time to time as a safety is drop down in the box and cover the slot receiver. So you have that experience. So that's always a plus. Just to further push the versatility side of things, talk about your ability to contribute on special teams as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, at BC, playing special teams is a big deal. We preach that our starters don't just play offense and defense. Like, you start on special teams, and that's where you set the tone. That's the first play of every game, even at halftime. And if you look closely at games, it's pretty much decides most games as well. So playing defense was huge for me, especially the special teams that involve going down and making a play, whether that's on punt or kickoff. Flying down and just making a play to kind of put either your offense or your defense in great field position so they can win their battle, and then which in return sets up your offense in good field position. So my ability to play special teams is also in the tape against Notre Dame, but it's pretty consistent throughout the season as well. So special teams is a big deal.
Yeah, so whoever gets you is getting a pretty well-rounded prospect. Just to kind of cap off the skill side of things, 5 interceptions, the ball skills are obviously there. What allowed you to develop those type of ball skills? How did you go about being able to always be in position? I mean, you're a ball hawk. You're consistently in position to make plays on the football. So where does that come from?
It's preparation. It's film study, making sure you understand, like I said before, where the weaknesses of your defense are, trying to understand what offenses are trying to execute. And then it's just being a competitor, working on your craft throughout the week, catching jugs, making sure that you're competitive in practice, not allowing your teammates or anyone else to catch balls on you and to compete when the ball's in the air. And on game day, it's just about, like many greats have said before, you practice so hard throughout the week that when it comes to the game, it's just easier. So that's the kind of mindset you have to have and take into practice. And, it definitely paid off in the long run during the season. So, just preparation and execution.
Yeah. You can never be over prepared. So that's a good point. And just looking at your pro day, you had that recently. I know that there were some good results that came out of that. Let's touch a little bit on your pro day. How did that go for you? And did you pretty much do what you had set out in your mind to do?
Yeah. So I thought pro day went really well. I sought out what I wanted to do and executed it. I just ran my 40 again, and I'm still not sure official. I never got an official back, but I was hearing from a 4.5 flat to a 4.53 around that range. So that definitely was an improvement from where it was at the combine, which was one of my goals. And then just position drills, just trying to show my versatility, showing that even though I'm a tall guy, I still can move pretty well, laterally and vertically. So, all in all, I think pro day went really well.
So last question pretty much would be, I know there were some teams that were interested. I'm not going to ask you who, but what were some of the things that the positive feedback that you got back from these teams after your pro day?
Some of the positive things were just, keep doing what you're doing, just keep grinding away at this process, and, you'll be back on the football field soon. And, a lot of teams also were saying, like, it's great what you're doing now, but, other than position drills, just realize that football is coming back soon. So, you're just going to have to be able to transfer all the positives from here back onto the football field, and that's all part of the process. And so, getting a lot of positive feedback, which is great. I know when it's all said and done, nothing's set in stone. This is definitely it's a huge stepping stone. It's a huge building block, but you're going to have to be able to go back out on the football field and make plays in a new environment with a whole new playbook and things of that nature. So it's been great, but definitely looking forward for the next step.
There you have it. Thanks a lot, Justin. I appreciate you coming on. Definitely wish you the best as you continue in this process, and who knows, maybe we'll see you consistently doing the same things on Sundays.
Yeah, no, once again, I really appreciate your time, and thank you for having me, and I look forward to keeping in touch in the future.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one.
That wraps up this edition of Talking with TD. Be sure to check out all of my interview segments at footballgameplan.com/talkingwithtd. If you have any questions or people you want me to sit down with, hit me up on Twitter at @TDavenport_NFL.